AYTU is such garbage. Alright, let's see.
Yeah, AMRN. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now, and it's like right before it made the move. That's when I got out of that pre-market. I
Yeah,
wasn't like, and then it went on and finally made the move. I was like, oh,
yeah.
okay.
You had a dollar in there. You could have got on it. It's a good play. It's a good
Yeah,
bounce
I
play.
lost like 40 cents on it or something.
Yep, that's rough. That is rough.
It's still got a lot of room to move too. I mean, I don't know how much more, but
What's up, Daniel?
I could see it going to at least 6 now.
Somebody's pumping it too right now. I was seeing him all over Weeble boards and stuff. Or maybe it wasn't Weeble boards. I think it was on in a different Facebook group. He was pumping it, saying, "Get in before it goes to $8. Get in, get in."
Which AMRN, that one?
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's a big move. You got to just kind of let it play out a little bit now.
yeah, oh for sure. I don't know. I mean, I saw it a couple of times throughout the day, so I don't know when he started pumping, but I don't know how effective his pumping is. It's definitely not as effective as what's happening on AYTU.
Yeah, that one's looking ugly. I'm just not even going to look at it during the day.
I'm, I'm, I have a feeling it's going to start moving in after hours, and I'm going to see if it gets up to $182 area, and I'm getting out if it does. If it doesn't, if it goes back up to like 165, 170 area, I may hold it overnight one more time.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take a little bit off of it and just keep my one account
Yeah, that's probably not a
that
bad
I
idea.
have. I think I'm just going to hold on to that one for a little bit. But I might do the same thing too. Once it gets the next little pre-market after hours pump and just dump it because it's not doing anything.
No, I mean it's so clearly being manipulated, and I'm thinking the way they're doing it is probably little algorithm shares in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. Just letting the computers make money off of it all day long, and then when they're done with it, they're just gonna dump it. Because there's no reason it shouldn't have got a move today, like any type of move at all. See, Daniel B said AIM is closing high.
Yeah, it's looking good.
Yeah. No press release. Must be expecting something. See, SGBX sold
It'd
off.
be nice if it can, if AIM can break over yesterday's open. It looked like it opened at about 308 or whatever, 307.
Yeah.
But right now it's getting a little bit of a pullback.
It is above all indicators again, though, so that's kind of nice. I mean, it was yesterday, too, but. And it closed the day before that. Yeah, I could see this getting a. Especially if it came out with a press release on its stupid vaccine or whatever it's working on. Let's see, they reported earnings yesterday. pretty good. It's pretty good earnings. We have cash equivalents and marketable securities of 8.7 million compared to last year of 1.8 million. Research expenses are cheaper than the cash they've got.
I'll be back.
All right. Okay. It's not too bad. Not too bad of earnings. Let's see. I don't know if that Brian is in here. Brian, are you in here? You're new to the Facebook group. You're asking me about SFET if you thought it could get a bounce. I mean, it's making a little bounce right now. Boy, One Life's dogs are going crazy. I would say it would have to probably re-break 250 to do anything. Man, I don't know if the odds are that good. We got 8 minutes till market close. Whoops. CEMI. This is on a decent trend line. BIMI, what did you end up doing? BIMI actually made a decent move. 270 up to 330. That was off them selling their energy business. Let's see. HTX. This has went on a nice move today. AYTU, you know, pump and dump scam. I don't know if I would call it that because nobody's pumping it except for like retail traders in different groups and stuff. And them pumping it wouldn't hold it back. The problem is it's being manipulated, which is why, you know, it looks like a barcode on all these on these last couple of charts. You know, you look at this. This is nonsense. All this, the way the tops and bottoms of the candles are just almost like they're like that right there. Why did it not pop up any? It's not natural. This is not a natural stock type of thing. And I've been telling you guys it's being manipulated. It's being manipulated to death. And what my concerns is, because this press release this morning should have done way more than this. And then we even had, I mean, this was a bull flag in the morning. This is a perfect flag. You know, it's a perfect triangle. But it still didn't, you know, it didn't do anything. They held it back. I watched in pre-market when it got this press release, there was plenty of buying volume, and then it hit that 175 area. And I saw on the level 2 there was about 200,000 shares on the ask. I watched the time and sales light up green for about 3 minutes straight with nothing but buys at 170, and it did not break through that wall. The ask didn't even move. I don't know how that happens except for manipulation. Like if this was a stock that wasn't being manipulated, If the ass gets broke down, the stock goes up. That's all there is to it. So it's being manipulated, and the idea was that with press release they would let off of the manipulation of holding it down and then let this run. But they're still not letting it run, and that's why I'm debating getting out of it. Most likely today, I'm going to give it till after hours to see if it starts breaking out of this stupid triangle on the daily, maybe. But if it doesn't, I'm probably going to be out of it. If it gets up like 160 or something in after hours, I might hold overnight again just because I want to get out. What did they gain? The people who's manipulating AYTU themselves are not particularly manipulating this unless they're in cahoots with big investors. But there's big investors out there like Savvy Management, and I don't know for sure if it's them that's doing it, but they do have a bunch of shares in AYTU. But what they'll do is they usually do it 3 ways if they're going to manipulate. Yeah. They usually do it 3 ways. Okay, so the first way they would do it is they would hold the price down till it got good PR, like we did today, and then let it rip. They've manipulated it and let it form this triangle on the daily, and that, you know, that's a good pattern, but they didn't let it rip today. So that's why I'm waiting till after hours to see if they're going to let it rip. But it may not. So you get a big pump and then they'll sell everything and then they'll make a killing. The other way that they manipulate it is they hold the price to where they want it and then they short the hell out of it and make a killing on the way down. The third way is a little bit more ominous and is what I'm thinking is happening. The third way is where they control the price and they buy little increments, let it run up, sell, wait till it drops back down or short it back down, buy again, and you just get this up and down movements like this straight across, which is what we've had, and you can see it clearly on the 5 minute. If you look at the 1 minute, I guarantee this is really nasty. Oh yeah. Like, this is not the normal look of a stock. It shouldn't look like a barcode. Like, this is not how stocks move when people are in control. This is, you know, a computer algorithm that's trading. So, you know, they're moving millions of shares in and out of the stock, and you get these stupid looking patterns because the algorithm's doing it. So that's the issue. I was looking for it to be the first way of where they hold it down, and then let it rip. And then you get a nice move, but I don't think it's at this point. I don't think it's going to do that. But like I said,
I kind of agree with Daniel B's comment that he just put on there. Just look at it, and I mean everything you said, Ben. You can see it clear as day on the intraday chart.
yeah, you can see it for sure.
It's the computer trading. I mean, they're making tons of money off of those pennies. So you got to remember that too. I mean, it's got all these little ranges where it's just.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a million,
1 minute, you can see it clear as day.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, 155, 156, all these little pennies.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not pretty at all.
No, it looks like an EKG or something.
Yeah. So, you know, it's not. He asked why it's legal. I mean, I don't know if the way that they're doing it is legal or not. You know, manipulation generally is not legal, but from what I've seen is Savvy has been fined a ton of times for this type of manipulation, and he still does it. Like the fine he gets for manipulating a stock is less than what he's going to make manipulating it. Like if they're doing the algorithm trading, you know, he's probably already made $10 million off of the stock in the past 2 weeks. So the $250,000 FCC fine or whatever it is like a drop in the bucket to those big investors. And normally, I wouldn't get on a stock that is even being manipulated like this, but the fact that they kind of jumped out in front of everybody with the test, I was thinking that, okay, we get these tests and all that, it's important. Maybe they're manipulating it for that big rip, that big pump and dump type of rip. But at this point, the fact they've not, like today, the fact they didn't let it rip today, that's the part that's really wild. Like, that's why I don't think they're going to let it rip. I could be wrong, and tomorrow maybe they could. I don't know. At this point, we're just at the mercy of the manipulators. Till they're out of the stock, it's not going to behave the way we think it's going to do. It's going to do whatever they want it to do. So, and there's not anything we can do about it. So basically, if you're uncomfortable in it, there's nothing wrong with getting out of it and washing your hands of it. Because I'm close to that point myself. I'm getting real uncomfortable. But yeah, Daniel.
I mean, that's the best thing that you can do, really, too, because you're not gonna win every single trade that you make.
Right.
If you can win 50% of them and keep your stop loss to a minimum, you'll be ahead of the game. But also keep in mind of your risk management. Only risk a certain percentage of your portfolio per trade, so you won't end up, $1,000 buying in at resistance and then selling, for a loss and losing like 50% of your portfolio in one trade.
Yep. So, I mean, it is what it is on the stock. It's just a manipulated POS. And I've been saying pretty much the whole time, AYTU is a garbage company. Like, this is not a company for a long-term investment. This is a company for pump and dump schemes and manipulation. And as retail traders, we just want to try to be on the right side of it. And I just don't feel like I'm on the right side of it at the moment. Because, like, why keep holding it down? That's the question I keep asking myself. Why are they, like, after this press release today, this is a great press release.
Daniel B, you also got to remember that Kofi's only like 17, so
Yeah. Daniel B doesn't care. He's on
that's why he's
everybody.
asking these questions. He wants to get as much information as he can, and really being 16 years old and starting to learn this stuff.
Yeah, that's why he's in the stream, Daniel B.
From when he's 25.
Yeah, by the time he's 25, the start he got, man. I would love to start it at 17. There you go. Daniel B starting to throw his books around. If Daniel B has a good book, if he's recommending a book, you probably should read it.
Yep. And there's plenty of audiobooks too. I mean, I have an iPhone and I have several, audiobooks on it. So when you're doing other things, you can just play it in the background and listen to it and just listen and keep on listening and over again several times.
Looking at ATHX, trying to see why it moved up today. It's moved from about, let's see where we at, 291 up to 438.
Which one are you looking at?
Let's see, where'd it go? It's ATHX. It got a pretty good move in Power Hour, but it doesn't have a press release. Oh, it's got that's a big float, though. That's a pretty good move for that big of a float. It's like a dollar 50 move in one day.
Well, it's another COVID play.
Yeah. Yeah, see, this is a COVID play that doesn't even have a press release and it's moved $1.50 today. And AYTU has a really good press release and is lower than it was yesterday. So that makes no sense. Ugh.
It's got like blue skies ahead of it too.
Is that ATHX?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Let's see. Let me look back. 3-year. Yeah, it does. There is never been. I don't think it's ever been this high. Back in 2018, it was up to 307. So yeah, this is the highest it's been. That's interesting. I wonder why it's running. It must be something coming out tomorrow or something for it to be running like this so far.
I had
By what, Daniel B?
at 7 in the morning, 7:30 or something has a release.
No. That's is that no? That's IF. That release is talking about IFRX. Yeah, it's not talking about AT. I don't think it's talking. Let me see.
Daniel B is right. Get the book, especially when you get all this time off at home. You know, you can look at the market every day and then, spend some time reading the book.
Yeah, and then if
And,
you have
and
questions,
also, just be patient, man. It's just the more you look at these silly little charts and kind of watch how they work, you'll you're just growing knowledge every day. So
yeah. And then you can if you have any questions after reading something in the book, you can come to the chat here in the live streams and ask the questions, or in the Facebook group, and get some more knowledge if there's something you don't quite understand. One of us will try our best to answer the question. Let's see, AIM is popping up a little bit more here in after hours too. AIM, I think I'm gonna put AIM. I've already got it on there, but I'm gonna put on my watch list for tomorrow morning, just in case, just to see what happens.
I kind of like this ATHX.
The float is real big though.
Yeah, what's the flow?
It's like 400 million. Or no, it's
Oh,
not.
wow.
164 million, something like that. So around 160 million. That's what I was saying. It made a pretty nice move for that big of a float today.
Yeah, it's got 19 million in volume today.
Really?
It's kind of been ramping up this volume since March 9th.
You said it's got 19 million in volume today?
Uh-huh.
Compare that to AYTU, that has 17 million volume and a lot lower of a float. That's so stupid.
It is what it is.
Yeah. No problem, Kofi. Have a great night, buddy. We'll be back here in the morning looking for some
Yeah,
trades.
take it easy.
I'm not really looking for any trades this afternoon myself. I'm just kind of wanting to keep an eye on AYTU and look around for plays possibly tomorrow. Because I really want to get out of AYTU as soon as I can. I mean, I could get out now, but I feel like it's going to get pumped a little bit. Or not pumped, but I feel like the algorithm's going to push it up some in after hours here. Actually, let me go through and see what's on this scanner that sways. Sways show me. I'm excited to see what this scanner does tomorrow right at market open. Let's see this.
Interesting.
What are you looking at?
Just that ATE checks.
No, still looking at it. Where'd the SPY? How's the SPY doing today?
Last time I checked, it was down like 4 or 5%.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're going to get back down to that 220 area again on the SPY.
Yeah, it's gonna get there.
Poor everybody who bought thinking that this past few days was the rebound. It's definitely not making a V recovery like they were all saying on all the...
Yeah, it just doesn't have the news for it. Too many illnesses. Gotta get through the health stuff first.
Right.
Then you can work on building everything back up.
Well, Kofi said in the future he'll find a way to make these type of people pay. This is just wrong. Yeah, it is, but, you know, it's the stock market. And the people who are down thousands right now, you know, they're probably newer traders or inexperienced traders who haven't learned this lesson yet, and they will learn the lesson the hard way. Or maybe not, you know. It's still a possibility that AYTU could rip. Like, I don't know for sure that it's going to crash or anything. I'm just uncomfortable in it. But if they do lose thousands, they have to, you know, they got to learn one way or the other. So they just have to pay. It's an expensive lesson. So,
Well, the thing too, for like a newer trader, you shouldn't be trading pre-market and after hours.
no.
And you got to have a checklist. You got to go through your checklist and really you got to find out what you don't like about it, why I shouldn't take it. Not all the reasons why you like it. You should find out, okay, well, what is the issue with it? Why? Like Daniel B was explaining yesterday, even when, you know, someone that's going to buy, they're buying it from someone who's selling it. And I mean, I'm looking at the AYTU chart right now, and the pre-market, yeah, it got this nice jump up. But anyone holding that at the top in pre-market, they just got screwed at open. And the one thing is, I kind of figured there would be a pullback, but you can tell after the pullback that it was manipulated because any kind of just retail traders, there would have been more of, you know, some bigger swings in it. There was no swings in it. It just laid down and rolled over and didn't do anything.
That's a good metaphor or whatever for that. I just imagined a little wiener dog just falling over and going to sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and even right now, you can see all this buying in after hours, you know, 2,800 shares, 1,000 shares, 2,000 shares, 5,000, 4,000 shares, 1,000 shares, 20 shares, 100 shares, you know.
Yeah.
And it's not doing anything. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. That's what I saw this morning when the press release come out. Except more than this, like I just sit here and watch the time and sales just scroll green and scroll green and scroll green and then not do anything.
Yeah, and the last, here, let me go back a few more days on this thing.
I mean, don't worry too bad about it. Kofi, you're new and stuff. It's not. If you're only down $30, then take it as a very cheap lesson, because $30, is pretty cheap for a lesson. You'll pay more. You'll pay more for courses from some big time guru than you will for a $30 loss here, and you'll learn more from this $30 loss than you'll learn from that guru. So you're still winning. Yeah, never hope. Dansby is right. Don't hope. Gotta have a trading plan. Or have an idea of what you're doing. In case it goes down, in case it goes up, in case it goes sideways, in case it gets halted and gets investigated by the what is it? I can't think of what they're even called right now. Is it the
SEC.
SEC or FCC? Which one is it? I'm blanking.
Did you say the FCC?
FCC. Is it FCC?
I don't even know.
SEC. Oh no.
Should be the SEC, Securities Exchange Commission.
Yeah, it's SEC. I'm blanking. The FCC is the Federal Communications Commission. That's a different one.
Yeah, I think that's for
TV and television and radio.
yeah, TV, radio, and everything. I mean, the one thing Kofi can look at is like on the daily. I mean, it's still above the 200. It's still bullish,
Yeah.
It's been weak and weak. Eventually, something's going to happen. Either, what is his sentiment with it? Does he think it's going to go up? Or does he think that it's going to break below that 144 and fall farther? And then he's got to figure out his risk management of how much, his loss is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
What he's in. That's making a move. It's at 157 after hours because that's what it does in after hours.
Yeah. Now, the real way to make money on this stock is follow what the algorithm's been doing. Buy in pre-market, or not buy in pre-market, buy in the middle of the day when it gets down to the lowest, and then sell in after hours or in pre-market. You literally could have been following this algorithm the whole time and been doing this. Now you look back. This is the last 10 days, so I'm gonna start all the way at the back. So right here, stock gets down low, you buy at 138, sell in after hours 185. Sells off, or actually that's pre-market 185, but either way, middle of the day it sells off all the way down to $1. Pre-market's up to $1.48. Comes down, sells again in the day. Down here at 116, sell it up here in pre-market the next day, 192. Goes sideways this day. Could have bought, you could have bought there 164, 179, but then up to 225 in after hours. So you can literally see it's the same thing every day. Sell off here. That one actually didn't. What day was that? That was Wednesday. That's the only day it didn't do anything in after hours or pre-market. It just went down. But then here's another one where it went up, dropped in the day and went sideways. Then up in pre-market the next morning. Same thing here. Nothing during the day. You could have bought at the lows, sold right here. So that's literally the last 10 days. Only like one day in that whole 10 days didn't do the same thing. But I mean, that's if you wanted to really just follow the stock and trade it like that. But that's like your I don't know. I mean, all you're basically doing is following what the algorithm does.
Well, on AYTU though, it's so tight. It's within a penny or so.
No, I was
Yeah,
saying from midday to
you wouldn't be
after.
quick enough.
No, I was saying midday to after hours. I wasn't saying day trade it in the middle of the day. I was saying like the thing I was going over was for the last 10 days. Like all 10 days, it dropped in the middle of the market open, and then it ripped pre-market or after hours. So you just buy, sell, buy, sell. But the direction that the algorithm's pushing it in, during the day it does nothing, and after hours pre-market it does things. And as you can see, it's doing things in after hours like we were talking about. So, or maybe not. But it's not really, I don't know, it's not something I'd want to do is be looking to follow an algorithm. I'd rather be day trading and trading stocks that don't look like stupid barcodes.
Yeah, I mean, trying to follow an algorithmic pattern is going to be damn near impossible, really.
Yeah, yeah. What? After
I think the
COVID-19 will be new baby boomers.
yeah, everyone's stuck in the house for forever. That's all they have to do is for fun. I agree with Daniel B.
What do you want me to do something about it? What am I supposed to do? Go to
'Cause you're the
everybody's
young
house
guy.
and stick my hand between everybody? Like, what are you talking about? I can't stop the world from procreating.
We need somebody to pay off this debt.
Oh God, don't even talk about our country debt. So, I'm thinking, do I want to hold this for one more night into the morning and sell it in pre-market?
Night. Tough decisions. I don't know, man. It's your bank account. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen?
Well, I feel like it's going to do something one way or another tomorrow just because it's going to be out of this triangle. But like I said, if they don't want it to do anything, it ain't going to do anything. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna give it till like 6:30 because there has been a couple of days where it didn't start moving in after hours to like. Well, I guess y'all's time it'd be like 7:30. That's a good point. Daniel B said they need new taxpayers. All those baby boomers, people to pay that debt off. Is that what you were saying? I didn't catch it.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I can't even look at AYTU anymore.
It's bad when you don't even want to look at it.
I don't want to look at it, and I don't want to talk about it. It's like old news at this point.
Pretty much.
It's either move on or hold tight and wait.
Mm-hmm.
The ABUS made a little move today.
Yes.
Never got really under $1. Well, it did get a little bit of $1, but it never made it back to the 82 cents or whatever.
Yeah. Much volume was on
Yeah.
it. Not much volume was on it though today. But I'm keeping it on watch until tomorrow. Just
See, now your microphone's breaking up and I can't hear you again.
Hold on, microphone's breaking up. Can you hear me?
Nope, can't hear you.
Are you sure? I probably will, Daniel. That's what I'm thinking. If it doesn't move today and after hours, I'm gonna sell it tomorrow in pre-market if it moves. Can you really not hear me, Rob?
I don't hear you, Ben.
All right, now you should be able to hear me.
Now I hear you.
I don't know why. For some reason, my Skype settings it'll change my audio input for some reason, randomly. Are you in AIM, Daniel?
I think he got in it a few days ago. Didn't he?
I don't know. I know he's talked about it, so he says still holding. I'm assuming he's saying that he's holding it.
It's making a nice little curl up. I can't believe this stack was 38 cents as well.
AIM.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. It run from 3. All right, I'm gonna do a scan for some dead cats. See if I can find any dead cats. None of the dead cats have been really good. Besides your AMR one, AMRN one, that one was a good one.
Yeah. I kind of screwed up on that one. I was a little too sensitive and I sold it too soon. I should have been patient. But
No, Daniel B's not in AIM. He said he played it Monday, but he's already out of it. Let's see. Where's the... Okay. Net change. Ooh, that's a... Ooh, what do we got here? Oh. I just want to look at this just to see. Well, I can't believe the float on this. This cable one says it's down 100% today. Yeah, I guess it is. It's down about $100. It's $1,500 a share right now, but it only has like 5 million in float.
how the heck did you see this stack? $1,000 stack, you said?
Yeah, CABO.
Is it like a streaming service or something?
It says Cable One, whatever Cable One is, opening free Wi-Fi hotspots for public use. All I did was just do a net change scan where I was scanning for stocks that have dropped off. I just happened to see it on this list and thought it was kind of crazy.
Net change. Let's see here.
Let me change the price. Oh, shit. Let's see. Whoops, what'd I do? Positive. VVUS had a nice drop today. Alright, we'll get there. See, NutraBrand, NTRB.
Yeah, it did.
Which one are you looking at? Nutrabrand?
No, the BVUS.
Oh wow, yeah. Whew.
Oh, look at 9:33 in the morning. 13G filing from Savvy Management. 9.97% stake. Direct offering 11.55 milli.
So whoever the investors were there were like, hell no, they got out when Sabby came in. Unless he shorted this out, maybe that's what he did. I don't know. I don't know if people started hightailing it when they saw Sabby or what, or if he shorted it.
Stock offerings for 160 a share.
Oof. See, here's the thing. Would I want to look for a dead cat bounce on this tomorrow? Or is it going to start being manipulated like AYTU? I don't, you know what? How much did it really drop? Let's see, in the last 2 days, it's dropped quite a bit. I'm gonna put it on my watch list for tomorrow just to see what it starts doing in the morning. But
it traded like a friggin' flatline all day.
That,
Sold off a little bit in the morning, a little bit of a buy up, and then it just kind of flatlined the whole day.
yeah. So I want to see if it starts doing anything. But if I start seeing anything with Sabby in it, I'm not going to touch it probably after this whole AYTU thing.
You got to get that ticker symbol out of your mouth, man.
I know you are tired of hearing about it. I am too.
I'm tired of talking about it.
Listen, once I get out of it, I'm never talking about it again. Let's see. NCRB. Okay. Yeah, other than, let's see. Let's go to percent change.
Daniel B., what do you think about X? You brought it up earlier this morning.
Nice drop. I saw that. Cannabis.
And I'm looking at the daily right now. And it kind of looks interesting because it opened and it closed over the 20. It's got room from 626 to 760. Now, will it make that big of a move? Who knows? It made a nice move today with the 718. Well, 760. So it kind of already made that move today, but sold off. Looks like an inverted hammer. So pushing down. Maybe watch this low.
See on X.
Trying to figure out like the bearish side and the bullish side of this.
It's on a trend line.
And this is the steel company too.
Yeah. They're on a trend line. It looks like the bottom of the trend line is at 616. And that's about where it's back to. Actually, yeah, 617 is about where the trend line is now. So it'll probably catch up with the trend line in about an hour. Let's see. Oh, actually, I may be wrong about this. Daniel B said it's underrated. He thinks it will rock after the everything is over. Oh, actually, the trend line is back down at like 577. Because the trend line's on the daily more than it is.
It's interesting. I'm going to keep watching that one.
I got a couple different ones. let's see. That
Ooh, Tesla's under 500.
don't worry, it'll be back down to 200 soon. Don't sweat it.
Well, let me get this off here. Let me just look at the news.
Let's take a look at Tesla. Tesla. Oh, that's the wrong one. There we go. Oh yeah, man, this nice little bent fishing rod on Tesla. Yeah, it's same thing as the SPY. Tesla's gonna drop back down. I think we might see it back to.
Are they having earnings today?
It looks
Or
like
something?
it.
'Cause-
It says a peak in the earnings ratios.
Yeah, they're talking about, and then talking about the delivery report, how many cars they delivered. I'm gonna keep them on watch too. I wish I could have got them at, even if I would have just bought one share at $350 or a couple.
Alcoa AA.
But I would rather buy it at $20.
My brother actually works for Alcoa. I think Daniel B. That's an interesting coincidence. Or he used to. I don't know if he still does or not. Right, and this is just a different company. No, this is the same company, I think. Alcoa is a metal company, right? Yeah, that's what you're talking about, steel companies. Yeah, my brother works for this company. Or he did. As a sheet metal worker. Yeah, maybe you may be right on these steel plays, Daniel. They seem to be oversold. But yeah, I know about them being the biggest aluminum producer. All right, well, I'm done. I don't see any really good possible dead cat bounces besides maybe VVUS, but Savvy's tainted it, so I don't know if I don't want to touch it or not. Savvy put his taint on it.
Yeah, sure did. I kind of like this SGBX stack. I'm gonna put a couple lines in there at that 425 area where they had the offering at for the 440,000 shares.
Oh no, this.
And then I'm gonna put another support line in, see what it does.
No, you're good, man. This is a perfect continuation pattern, man. I called this out yesterday. I said if it closes red today like this, where it doesn't go all the way back below this big green candle, it'll have a continuation tomorrow. Every stock we've seen that looks like this has done this. AIM did it. You can look back there. On the 9th, had a big green candle, red candle the next day, green candle the next day. Like it will have some type of move up tomorrow. It might sell off in the beginning, but at some point tomorrow, I would feel pretty comfortable that SGBX is going to come back up some. somewhere. It may close red, but at some point it's going to have a chance for a day trade on it. So I'm with you there. I think it's a very good possibility.
It's kind of bouncing off this like little
That's what I was
515
looking
area
at too.
from. I got pre-market here. It dipped down a little bit at open, and then from yesterday,
Yeah.
that was kind of like a little extending triangle area when it made the run right
Yeah, it's got
before
pretty
the.
strong support and resistance at $5, or support now, but pretty strong support there at $5. It looks like that 515 area.
And maybe a good area to see tomorrow is at 425. If it sells off overnight below that little area, see what it does at 425. See if it'll bounce there or not.
I don't think it will. I don't think it's going to sell off that much. Like, I think it might probably hold right above 5. Unless you said sell off in pre-market, right?
I'll just say any time tomorrow, pre-market or open.
Yeah, it might sell off at open.
Yeah, I mean, I would wait and see what happens. Even maybe just put like a little limit order there and see if it gets hit, and then just get notified.
Oh, yeah, at that 425 area.
Yeah, just while you're looking around and stuff. I don't know. We'll see though. My bounces the last few days have been not very accurate with my emotional well-being, since I really kind of screwed up on AMRN. Which, see, it's still at 5. That would have been a nice move.
I mean,
Same concept.
yeah, you had it right on AMRN. You just I mean, you missed it. You lost your kahunas 5 minutes before it started moving, though.
I know.
It wasn't like an hour or anything. It was literally 5 minutes.
I just didn't let it play out, man. I should have let it play it out too, and because I mean, the general consensus is the first 15 minutes. The last few days, it was just on that little line. I think pre-market just kind of gave me made me nervous.
Yeah.
Because now I'm looking from the day it dropped on the news from Tuesday after hours. Or no, that was Monday after hours. And then Tuesday, it didn't do nothing, which was fine. And then today, yeah, it was still in that range. Maybe, I don't know I'm trying to think of what I was thinking in the morning, but maybe I was thinking it was just going to start slowly fading off a little bit, because I didn't really want to go back under 4, because I kind of got a higher entry on it. And what was I looking at? It was a lot on the daily. Yeah, that $4 area below that. Then we're looking at 385 and then 367. So I kind of just figured it was going to just slowly get down to there and maybe bounce off of that a little bit and creep its way back up. Just because I didn't get that initial bounce from yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, don't beat yourself up too bad about it. You were down, like you said, like 30 or 40 cents on it. So at that point, you're risking maybe more if it doesn't do this move.
Right.
It was just the timing was just a tad off.
It was a little bit off. Right idea, wrong timing. Story of my life.
Yeah, me too. Let's see. Looking at the cannabis stocks, that was a very short-lived cannabis run. Very short-lived cannabis run.
Which ones are you looking at? All of
I
them?
was just looking at Hexo and Aurora.
Cheapies?
What's that?
The cheapies?
Yeah. Kron's still kind of holding up. It hasn't dropped off as hard.
Yeah, ACB is going down. Well, and then the first headline from yesterday, from yesterday for ACB, how legalizing cannabis could ease government shortfalls once coronavirus pandemic is over. There's my dog. All right, well, my dog wants to go outside, so I'm going to let him go outside, and I will talk to you guys on the flip side.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the day. So, alright, One Life, we'll see you in the morning. Guys, have a great night. Everybody enjoy themselves. We'll be back for another, hopefully, good morning of trading. Till then.